So I don't, as it relates to recruiting, what you want to do is you want to highlight the qualities that you want in your team members. So I knew from a long time ago, I have to build my influence. That takes a little bit of time. How much time? It depends on the person. There are ways to compress time frames. But I knew that I wanted people on my team who weren't wimps. I knew that I wanted people on my team who would be in it for the long haul. If I said the names like Ray Higdon, Russell Brunson, I didn't want, if they said who and they didn't know who it was, I knew I wanted them to at least be interested. Not like, I'm trying to get to the money right now. I didn't want a hustle mentality. I wanted a strategic mentality, right? So I started crafting my message that way. How did I get y'all? People that are still plugged in, even when some people on their team don't get it. Why are y'all still here even though they're not? Because I was wanting to attract that type of mentality, like that figure it out ability, okay? So you got to start talking to those people. How do you write, and you've got to know, what is your recruiting vehicle? Like if somebody asks me how do I recruit, I'll tell them all day long, video marketing. That is my strategy. The majority of people, if you say, how do you recruit? They don't have an answer. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, Lisa, is how do you recruit?
Initially, it was just word of mouth, with my friends, but that ain't working out so well for me.
Okay, that's a very honest answer. Here's the thing with word of mouth. There are way more people that you don't know than people that you do.
Right.
And MLM has a stereotype of being something that people get into just to harass their family members and friends to join them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if they join you, super duper cool. But you don't want that. I don't want that to be my only strategy, because there's way more people that I don't know than people that I do. So here's what I want to propose to you. You need to get a recruitment strategy. Now, some people say, well, Kim, I'm not a camera person like you. That's perfectly fine, but don't tell me what you don't do. Tell me what you do. So if you want to be the offline queen, you've got to be the offline queen, not just with your family members or friends, because that's what every network marketer does. And then inevitably, they run out of family members and friends to talk to. And here's the thing. If the ones that have joined you don't have a success story, people don't care whether it's their fault or your fault. If you have a circle of friends and then 2 friends out of your circle of 10 join you, the other 8 are waiting for those 2 to either come back with a success story. If instead they come back with a sob story, you just knocked out the other 8 people. They're not going to join you.
Right.
They're not going to think to themselves, well, I already know that how Larry do anyway. They're going to be like, Larry joined that thing with Lisa and he didn't have no success either. I'm not joining. I tried to tell Larry. Right. So that's the problem with your family members and friends. They talk to each other. And they are so unrealistic about examining the quality of that person. They don't even, and there are some people, y'all, they are stellar on their jobs. They come in and you're like, oh man, we about to do this. And for some reason, they take MLM for a joke. They don't want to do it. Or they put pride over profits. And so they might be the CEO of a bank. But they come in this and treat it like crap. So sometimes you can't even, those people are looking at the fact, well, if Larry is the CEO of a bank and he didn't have success, then surely I can't either. So that's the catch-22 with your family members and friends. It's too close. They're bedfellows. They have pillow talk. So that's why, huh?
I hear you.
Michelle, are you raising your hand like this is school? Yes, Michelle.
She's so silly. Well, first I want to say I apologize.
Why do you sound so loud? I heard you perfectly fine before, and now you sound super duper low. Like either the.
Can you hear me now? Barely.
Yeah, see, it's not just me.
It might be my computer. I can hear loud and clear. My computer is very old.
Okay, I hear you loud and clear, Rose, but I don't hear her. I heard her before. Do you have the speaker covered? Is the speaker underneath the laptop and the laptop on your lap?
Yeah. What about now?
No,
same.
Yeah. Yeah, just that's okay though. Go ahead.
Okay. But I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, I kind of got emotional in my little feelings a little bit when I said busted my ASS. But I've never done this before. I mean, this is my first time ever really trying to sell something. And so I guess what I would like to ask you is, there's some books, some training, something that I could possibly do to help me. I post every day. I am a product of the product.
See, now you're much louder. Whatever you did just now, that's perfect.
Oh, I'm holding it up with my hands.
Okay, your speaker is on the bottom.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, and I post videos.
You're a product of the product. Let me stop you right there, because this is good.
Okay.
Being a product of the product is not the only thing. That's why I laugh upon the faces of the people who are like, I want to wait till I'm snatched to the gods to make some money. I want to wait till I have my final transformation. It's not about the number.
Not about the T. I mean, I'm like, my success story, I guess, or what has really helped me is Pro Z, because I have had insomnia for almost 9 years, and all of the stuff that I've taken.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And so that's the only thing that I've been able to take that makes me go to sleep. So I promote that, even like about NutriBurst, how I mean, I'm telling you, I've had a kidney transplant, and so those two products have really been life changers for me. And so they're probably sick of me talking about NutriBurst because I talk about it.
They are not.
I talk about it all the time.
Okay, let's talk about this, because you're raising a lot of very good points. And let me tell y'all something. In the 5 years that I've been in this company, I've seen people. I only lost 20 pounds in 2 months with no exercise. There have been people that have lost over 150 pounds. So their story is much better than mine, but they don't make as much money as I do. I will take their story and turn it into mad money in my bank account, and they can't even do that with their own story. So while it is important that you have a story, that you have a relationship with the products, people do not join you because of those things. People join you because of you. People join you because of your communication skills. What makes Stormy a beast in this business? The fact that she has a very clear vision, and she is literally almost hypnotizing you with it. People that are not a part of 1,000 families knows their chant. I will engage upon a vision big enough. You know, that vision thing. You know what I'm saying? The things that they say, I'm the head and not the tail. Yes, it's biblical, but that's their chant. That's their war cry. It's called indoctrination. She puts you in her business before you're in her business. That is what gets people to join you. That's what I do too, but I'm not to her level yet. Working on it. But when I talk about the Better Body Builders, the Better Bank Account Crew, the Better Body VIPs, when I use my sarcasm, when I speak to people and I'm like, if you don't, I'm talking to people who are not afraid of investing in their health, because I don't want a lot of people calling me, telling me I get paid on this day, I get paid on that. I don't need to know when you get paid. I need you to pay me on your payday. Call me on your payday. So I started talking to those people. So while it is important to have a great testimony, and you have an absolutely wonderful one, now you need to know don't ever say people probably get tired of me talking about this or that. They don't. If you're doing your quote-unquote job right, you should be getting a fresh pair of eyes to your social media platforms all the time. So what you have to do is say, okay, let's marry your issue with Lisa's issue. Lisa's issue was, I'm primarily recruiting my family members and friends. I've already addressed there's more strangers out there than people you don't know. That means you really want to go with the strangers. And y'all, I hate to say it, but strangers are going to have a respect for you that your family members and friends do not.
Right.
Your family members and friends, they know when you've fallen down. They remember when you were wilding out as a teenager. Oh my gosh, God help you if you've done one of these things before. They remember that. Strangers do not. So you have a clean slate with strangers that you do not with family members and friends. Okay? When Candy B joined me, she thought I was rich. It wasn't until she met up with me and I was like, girl, let's split this burger. And she was like, what? Thank the Lord for deliverance. But she was like, where's this team you talk about? I was like, there is no team, girl. I'm speaking into existence. You're the team. Welcome.
Right.
It's me and you. My family knew that my business was not popping like that. But she didn't know at the time that she joined me. She just knew that, oh, this girl is on screen. She's confident. She's talking about a team. And yes, I was talking about the team that I was calling on to work with me. There was no team. This is why when y'all say, well, I don't do it because now I'm discouraged or I don't feel like it. I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it. You have to do it despite how you feel. You cannot come on camera dejected, feeling the pain of the person who told you they do it when they get paid on Friday, feeling the pain of the person who went to sign up with you and their registration didn't go through and they said, oh, I'll finish it in the morning. I got to go to bed now. And now they're not picking up the phone. You can't convey that pain to your audience. You have got to be emotionally bulletproof. And when you're able to articulate things like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. My sponsor just paid off her car 7 months early. Here's her story. And you tell that story over and over and over again. And if you're doing things like this, like if I were starting the business today, this is what I would do. Kim, what are your interests? Well, I have natural hair, so I would go in the natural hair groups. Not because I actually do it, but just because those are people I can relate to. I would probably go into, like, I like to eat, so I would go into some Southern cooking groups. I would go on Facebook and I would join. I have a single, I'm a black woman, in case y'all didn't know, with a black son. So I would go, Lisa laughing at me. So I would go into some Raising Black Sons groups. I would go into some single mom groups. I'm divorced. I would go into some divorced groups. I would go into some, okay, I have an MBA, but I don't think it's all as cracked up to be. So I would go into some pissed off MBA student groups, right? Some high student loans. Christy like, right? This is what you have to do. You have to sit down and say, what is going on in my life? What gives me pleasure? What gives me pain?
But in those groups, you can't post in the group. So what, you just kind of connect with the people or something?
Yes! Ding, 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 ding. You're the winner.
Okay.
You're not going in there to sell. You're going in there to build a bond. I don't remember you, Rose, until you reached out to buy from me. I don't know where we met. I don't know, but somewhere you found me. I didn't pitch you. I didn't sell you. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But you're always going to be in a position of power, y'all. And things are going to be a lot easier for you when you attract somebody to you based on a commonality. And they say, you know what? Christy's kind of cool. Michelle's kind of cool. I don't know why, but every time Lisa goes live, I just have to stop what I'm doing and listen. Because I like how she talks. Now they're bonding with you before you've even met them. Okay? Does this work out 100% of the time? No. Because there are some people who watch my videos and they say, hey, Kim, you inspired me to join TLC. I just joined under so-and-so. And I'm like, well, how did I? What the what? Okay, thank you, girl, for letting me know that I inspired you to join with somebody else. What the what? Very strange to me. But it happens. And guess what? It happens in my favor, too. There are other people who found out about TLC by somebody else, and they were inspired by them, but they ultimately joined with me. Because they said even though they were inspired to join TLC by that person, they clicked. They connected with me. So what you have to do, guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. There's tons of things that you can do to make money. But the way that you can make money, here it is worth the trouble. But I don't want you to labor as long as I did. So if I was starting today, what I would do is I would write down everything that gives me pleasure, everything that gives me pain. I would go in those groups. I would connect with people. I would make friends. So like I'm in a divorce group right now. Lord, it is the most depressing thing.
Girl, I had to get out of those I was in.
Lisa, it's true. Baby, I'm almost there. When does the pain stop? Pray for me. Today he did this. Today she did that. I thought I would be able to contribute and be like a light. Man, it's so much darkness. It's so, and I go in there and I try to, cause like some people be like, when does it end? Does anybody have any stories of life that's better after divorce? And like, I try to say, hey, you know, there are definitely some parts that I miss and I understand your plight, but here's all the things, the great things that happened to me since the divorce. And they be like, heart. And then all the other people, they engage with all the other people. It's like, no, it never gets better. You always feel the pain, but we're here for you. And they engage and they're like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. And I'm just like, hello, ray of light here. Ray of light here. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to get.
And then you add them as a friend. So you connect with them and then you add them as a friend and like that. Is that why?
Yes. So the natural hair groups, they're very loving. Okay, they're very loving. You can make one thing like, girl, your locks are lovely. And they'll be like, friend request. You know, they're really cool.
Right.
So you'll have to feel the vibe for different groups. Just like Janelle was in some kind of like wine group, right? And then she said something like, hey, I know this is a group about wine, but does anybody here drink tea? And there was a ton of drink coffee. And there was a ton of comments. Now she got a whole bunch of leads. You know what I'm saying? So if I were you, I would, y'all, this is just like the real world. Online is just like the real world. Don't make it complicated. Don't be spooky. Don't be weird. Don't, the minute they like one thing, get in their inbox and say, hey, you seem like a sharp person. I hate that. What about me seems sharp? Because I just responded to you in Ebonics. I was like, girl, you slaying. Ain't that the truth? What seems...
Right. But once I feel like I reeled it in, I don't really know. I think I've ran a couple people out because I think I did come across as being really spooky. But I just don't really know what to really say to get them.
Okay, your computer is down, so it's low again. But I think you said you think you ran a couple of people off by being a little bit spooky, and you just don't know what to say, what to really get them. Okay, remember. Let's think about this. Do y'all remember your first kiss?
Girl, I'm 50. No.
But okay, fine. But okay, that fell flat. But chances are it was awkward, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh my gosh. And then after a while, you know, a year or two, you were like, nah, slobbing everybody down, whatever. You got better. You got more comfortable with it. A little loosey-goosey.
Right.
It's the same thing. So when you come with MLM and you're approaching people about a business, you got to kind of find your rhythm.
Right.
And the thing is, I wish I could take the pain away, but you find your rhythm by doing it more frequently. But your natural instinct is, I'm not good at this, so let me just quit. But the only way, everything is hard until it becomes easy. So Michelle, what you're saying is no different than anybody else. Do you know how many people I have spoken to? How many things I have said wrong? Like, I scrolled back on some of the conversations I had, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. I had some like when I first started one of my YouTube channels, I messaged all my family members and friends, and I was like, hey, I know you know I have a business. I know you haven't supported. I know you probably have money problems, but here's a way that you can support me for free. I just started a YouTube channel. Can you please just subscribe? Here's the link. Do y'all know people didn't even do? You didn't even subscribe. That was free. And you say you love me?
Right.
So, I mean, there are so many things that I did back then that I would not do now, where I feel like I was begging people or I was too forward. Hey, I'm looking for somebody in your area. Now it's just, I look for problems. Think of yourself like a talent scout. Okay? Think of yourself like a talent scout. If I'm online and I see somebody that says something like, oh my gosh, now that everything's back open, my job and everything, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pay for these kids to go to summer camp. Ding, 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 ding. There's a problem. Do I have a solution? Hey, so-and-so, I see you posted something about paying, how are you going to pay for kids for summer camp? How much is your summer camp in your area? I know here it's like, well, you get a discount if you do. I have regular conversations with people just like I would if they were out. I don't reach out to them and say, hey, I see you have money problems. Want to join my business? We get paid 5 ways. We got problems that everybody's talking about. Ooh, don't miss the wave. I don't do that. I say, how much is summer camp? And then they tell me, because it's a non-threatening, easy question. You think when you get in somebody's inbox, your goal is to sell them. It's not. When you get in somebody's inbox, your goal is to keep them talking. Make them talk to you and keep them talking. The shorter your messages to them are, and the less threatening the questions are, the higher the probability that they respond. So if you say, hey, so-and-so, I have the same concerns that you do. I know a lot of people that have the same concerns that you do about paying for summer camp. How much is summer camp in your area? Just curious. Big Al's magic words. Write that down, look it up. Big Al's magic words. He has certain phrases and words that you can say to people, and it makes your conversation more conversational, less threatening. So one of the things on YouTube. So one of the things he always says, just curious. And when you say just curious, now their guard is kind of sort of down. Just curious, how much is it in your area, right? And now they give you the number. Now you know what their need is. If they say summer camp is $200 a week, shoot, that's only what, 10 products? Mm-hmm. So now you say, hey, I don't know if it's somebody that's cold to you, I don't know how much you know about me. I don't even know where I found you, but I specialize in helping people do exactly what you're trying to do. Find ways to meet certain financial obligations. As a matter of fact, your situation reminds me of my business partner. MJ is a nurse. And despite working long hours in a quote-unquote good job, she still had a gap with her groceries. And then you send them a testimony that MJ has put. This is why I say you have to be in tune with your business. When you check out, you miss out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I need to write that down. That was good. When you check out, you miss out. But when you check in, then you know I've given y'all certain testimonies to share. Rose has given you testimonies to share. And I've encouraged all of y'all, when you pay for stuff with your TLC, see, our job is to make money in this business, then use that money to finance our lifestyle, and then advertise it. That's how you recruit people. But see, if you're not doing the first thing, which is making money, then everything falls apart. Your belief isn't there. You don't really have your own story to advertise. Being a product of the product is just one part of it. But you need to be a product of this comp plan. Be a product of the paper. So when you reach out to people in the inbox, you say, I help people meet their financial obligations. And it's no different than how I teach y'all to deal with customers. Find out what their problem is. Offer a solution. Give proof. Give proof. So you send them a screenshot where MJ says, I've been able to pay for my groceries. Thank you, TL. And right now we're going through this whole hashtag TLC changed my life. Y'all better go to that hashtag and look up all these stories. I'm going to do it. I'm going to tear this thing up.
So and right now you were breaking up.
I know. You can't hear me now?
It's like an echo thing.
I know. Now it's gone. Do you hear it now?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's gone.
Yeah, that was weird. My country internet. But yeah, there's a hashtag TLC changed my life, and everybody is talking about how TLC has changed their life. If you don't grab these stories, showcase these stories, like I said, go to Amazon, get a Don King wig, put it on, and start marketing this stuff, start advertising this stuff. People do not care until you make them care. But if I saw somebody with that need and I give them a solution and I say, look at so-and-so, they're doing the same thing that I'm doing, and this is how they were able to solve the problem that's similar to yours, that's so much more effective than you look like a sharp person, even though you say you can't afford your bills. You look like, come and join my team. Your team. And in most people's mind, what did I tell you? They have these misconceptions and these stereotypes of MLM based on either their prior experience or some experience of their family member and friend. So they're like, oh, here goes one of these people that's preying on me because I'm in a vulnerable situation. Do you see how based on the two conversations, it's a totally different perception?
Right.
You don't want anybody to think that you're preying on their problem. You want them to think that you're going to help them slay that problem.
Right.
So when you show MJ or you show somebody like, hey, J baby, 52-year-old grandmother that works at a port plant at night has been able to pay her rent, a huge expense for her doing this. And then you say, would you like to know more about what we do? And how we could possibly help you. I don't know if it's a good fit or not. And if they say no, say, okay, no problem. Best of luck to you with your situation. Take care. And what's one of the 4 agreements? Don't take it personal.
Right.
There are plenty of people who are not open. They are on the team right now who are not open to what I was doing years ago when I started. They're very open now. Because with every year that passes by, people get older. They have less energy. Their probability to change goes down. And if you have a problem today, you shouldn't still have the same problem 1 to 5, 10 years from now.
Right.
So don't worry about the people who are not open right now. Just get better at communicating the solution. Don't get frustrated. And if they say yes, then you say, okay, cool. What are you doing tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern? Remember, you need to think large scale. There's people in our business. Y'all know we building a team on the West Coast. So you have different time zones. Don't just say 8 o'clock because they'll hear 8 o'clock with their ears. Some people on the team have gotten people to commit to the opportunity call, but they thought it was 8 o'clock their time. So now there's that whole miscommunication thing. Now they gotta wait till tomorrow, or they don't have time to do the on-demand thing. It's a lot. Just that loss of communication is a loss of momentum. So when you say, what are you doing 8 o'clock Eastern? Oh, I'll be making dinner. Perfect. Because this doesn't require you to do anything but listen. So while you're making dinner, hey, do you have a Bluetooth headset? Y'all laughing. But I'm telling y'all, you have to think for people. You have to connect the dots. I have people that have told me, I missed training because I was driving.
Right.
You weren't given the training. You were just listening to the training. What does that mean, pray tell?
Christy was just driving earlier when we were on. Yeah.
Exactly. I do things while I'm driving all the time. You don't have to even look at the screen, but you can still hear and get a lot of information. People don't think about it. They'll tell you all the time, well, I didn't think about it like that. So you have to connect the dots for them. Somebody says they're making dinner. Awesome. This doesn't require you to do anything but listen. Do you have a Bluetooth headset? Can you listen in while you're making dinner? We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, girl. And if they say, yeah, I can do that. Okay, great. Now, do not miss this. Because this one phone call can literally translate to that problem being a non-factor for you now. Do you understand that? Right. Makes sense?
It's
Sounds
9 o'clock. Good? What time is your other training? I'm not trying to get rid of you.
It's going on now. It's 10 o'clock. I know. But there's a very rare moment when I have y'all, so I'll just have to jump on. I'm a participant, not giving the training. So
okay.
It's all good.
Okay, good.
But I'm not going to have y'all done jumped on 2 trainings. Y'all done upgraded. So I'm not going to be like, deuces.
Right.
But, yeah, so, hold on. I don't even